What makes a good Fursona? Well, if you asked me that question, then I tell you that I don't have an answer to it. The older I've gotten, the harder it is to make just one design to represent myself wholly. So instead of designing one for myself, I decided to rope my friends into it. So here's me making personas for my friends. And if you remember a couple of years ago, I made this kind of video before, but don't go back and watch that one because it is really bad and is old. Before I started working on their individual designs, I decided I should draw all of them together on one canvas just so I could get a feel for what I wanted them to look like. A lot of their body shapes are pretty similar, but that's mainly because in real life all these guys are skinny white dudes, except for Serena, for she is a woman. But I still wanted them to look unique from each other. So I asked my friends beforehand if they had any preferences for what they wanted their guy to look like, which we'll get into. I also wanted to settle on their colors and markings on this canvas, but as you'll see later, I don't stick to their initial palettes for some of them. Now with my ideas on paper, let's get into the nitty gritty and start with our first design. First design is for my friend Ezrin, whose only request was that he wanted it to be a slug cat. Unfortunately for him, he posts a bit too many of those glorp gifs to not get away with me associating him with alien cats, so I mixed the two together. By the way, slug cats are these little creatures you play as in this game called Rain World, which Ezrin loves a lot. Slug cats already look kinda alien, so this combination wasn't too hard. I debated giving him white pupils like in the initial sketch, but I just think the alien bug eyes looked way better, so I stuck with those. Ezrin is also an artist, but primarily a pixel artist, so whenever he draws himself, it's very simple, which I like. I wanted his song to have a bit more of him in it, so I gave him his hair, which I think helps the guy look more distinct from your average slug cat OC. Ezrin also drew himself in a beanie alongside his jacket and shirt, so I decided to give those to Fursonas as a finishing touch.
Oh my goodness gracious. The hat!
Yeah!
I have a hat that is quite similar. That's crazy!
Yeah, I just looked at your profile picture.
Yeah, that makes sense. This is fantastic.
Yay!
Am I gonna name him?
Yeah,
I can hardly come up. I can't come up with a username for myself. How the fuck am I supposed to? Oh god.
I mean, you could just call him Ezrin, but
Genius. Why didn't I think of that?
Next up is my friend Ellis. The only request he gave me was to not be a dog, so I made him a fox instead. Specifically a kitsune from Shinto myth because they're cool and I'm Japanese, so by law I'm required to enjoy them. Ellis strikes me as the type of guy to have a very simple looking persona, so not too many colors or markings. Like a Sona you'd see from the late 2000s drawn on MS Paint with hair that makes absolutely no sense. I also wanted him to look like a fun guy who would invite you to his house to play video games with him, since that's exactly the kind of person Ellis is. And I gave him those neckbands I see kitsune statues in Japan wearing a ton with little bells, since they just look cool. You can see me get rid of the reference for the neckband later, which I did because it looked a little too similar to a noose, so I made a reference for his eyes instead. I also got rid of the bow shape since that's pretty hard to draw consistently. When it comes to designing things, I like to make designs that are appealing, but ones I'd actually be up to drawing again, since I'm supposed to be having fun when I draw. Ellis also loves the game Okami, and I do too, so I thought it would fit best if his markings were inspired by Ami, as well as those little kitsune masks because they're cute. I also wanted to include lots of triangles, since this is the guy who made hit indie game Triangle Man, but they didn't look quite right, so I opted for little V-shapes instead. I also made his hair pink, in reference to Clefairy, which is one of his hair Pokemon. As you can see in the original sketch, I made him red, white, and black, but I changed it to pink instead of red because, I mean, he looks a little similar to Mystery Ben from Mystery Skulls, and that isn't a vibe I think Ellis would have. He doesn't even like dogs, that's not him. All in all, this is definitely one of my favorites, which you're gonna hear me say a lot because I feel like every single time I made one of these designs, I just got better and better, which felt really cool. This is definitely when I started feeling really cool, though, because, I mean, come on, he doesn't look that similar to the last one. So hopefully he likes it, because I do. I think he's pretty cool. If only he had a name. He doesn't have a name yet.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
What are you gonna name him?
I have no idea.
Oh my god, nobody has any idea what to name.
I didn't expect this to be thrown in my lap.
Number 3, and it's from my friend Sample Simple, who, if you remember the old video, he was in that one, but don't watch it. Don't do it. His last design was pretty bad, I'm gonna be real. I really didn't like it that much when I look back on it today, but, you know, you gotta start somewhere, I guess. I decided to make him more natural colors, because I feel like out of everyone in my friend group, he'd be the one with, like, natural kitty colors, so he's a nice, warm brown and yellow palette. I also want to take inspiration from his late cat Elliot because he's a cutie and he was his cat, so I feel like I wanted to immortalize him in this Fursona design for him. So you can see that he has a little wonky bow tie. No, it's not a bow tie, it's a regular tie, whoops. And like little spots all over him, but only tiny little flecks. Elliot wasn't a tabby, but come on, I feel like he has tabby vibes. Sample does, not the cat. It doesn't make any sense. You can also see that he hates the Amoeba Sisters. I don't know why my friend hates the Amoeba Sisters. I think it's because he had to watch them a lot during school and he just hates them. Which honestly, I get. I didn't like them either when I was in school. A lot of my friends have glasses, and you'll see that most of these guys end up having glasses on their Sonas too. Which, I mean, I guess it's see somehow. Sample also has cochlear implants, so I decided to include them in his Sona design because that's cool. But they don't make those for cats, so it was kind of hard to figure out what it looked like on a cat. But I think I got it. Overall, I think this is a pretty big improvement from his last design, which looks awful and I don't want to ever draw ever again. There isn't even any, like, homage to it in this one, because I hate it that much. When I got to his stripes, I struggled a bit because I didn't really know what I wanted his stripes to look like the pattern for it. I did know I wanted them on his face, and I wanted to accentuate his, like, cheekbones and stuff, but I wasn't really sure how to go about it. Eventually I figured it out, though. I like to think that by cat standards, he's very handsome because I've met this guy in real life, and he is very handsome, so I want him to look cool as a cat, too. And I think I got it. Kinda looks like a regular warrior cat you'd see in the books, but he turns out to be evil because he's a brown tabby with amber eyes. Only difference is he doesn't have broad shoulders.
Hates the Amoeba Sisters.
Here's the old one. Here's the old one for comparison.
I like this. I like Hot Pockets.
Yeah, I had to put something.
Mm-hmm.
Reddit.
The eyes are like fire.
Oh yeah, because Elliot's eyes are like that.
Yeah. I like the the Smash Bros stock icon you included at the bottom left.
That's not what that's supposed to be. This guy was tough. I have a weird history when it comes to drawing my friend Robert because, according to everybody, whenever I make him in any form, it looks god-awful. I made a Mii of him for my Tomodachi Life Island a while ago, and everybody would clown on me for how bad it looked, which I don't think he looks that bad, but my friends begged to differ, so I wanted to redeem myself. Robert's only request was that he wanted to be a dog, so I went with the Dalmatians as I don't see Sonas of them very often. That, and I had the idea of a cute facial mark that looks like an egg splat since his username pertains to eggs. I also needed to draw him in a Klonoa outfit since Robert loves Klonoa. I made his hair kind of spiky, but also a very normal style since Robert isn't really known for having fluffy hair like my other friends do. He keeps it fairly short, so I wanted to reflect that. It's also meant to be a bit of a homage to Sonic, I don't know if I accomplished that. I mean, it's kind of Sonic to me, but I don't know. Since Robert loves Sonic and speedruns the games occasionally, I couldn't help myself from including little sidebirds though. I just couldn't. I love drawing those.
Oh my god!
Dude,
It's rough.
fuck yes.
He's doing
Dalmatian.
the Noah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Egg yolk mark.
Yeah.
This dog is fucked up, bruh.
No, it's not. What do you mean? I redeemed myself from the Robert me.
Nah, it looks good though. Like,
Yeah.
I will be posting this dog is fucked up, bruh.
Oh, that okay. Oh my god.
I feel like it's been a while since I posted this dog is fucked up, bro.
I have context.
Yeah, it
that
has
will
been a
shut you
while.
down in an instant. That's what it makes me feel
It's the
good.
same blue.
It is. Yeah. The sole woman in this entire video. Here she comes! So, if you didn't know, I really hate when designers make female animal characters overtly feminine to a human degree to get across the idea to the audience that yes, this character is indeed female, and while I tried my best to avoid this, I ended up making her a little curvy. But I at the very least didn't give her boobs, so I got that going for me. My friend Serena's only request for her to be a cat, so I made her a Maine Coon as my initial idea of her having massive neck fluff was something I really enjoyed, and a Russian blue because her pet cat Violet is a Russian blue. My friend Serena loves Pokemon Glaceon a lot, so I wanted this design to feel unique, but also have some Glaceon aspects to it. I gave her big ol' ears that are similarly shaped to Glaceon's, and that's about it. I also tried doing little diamond shapes, but I don't know. I originally wanted her palette to be more similar to a Glaceon, so lots of blues, but I didn't really like how similar it was to Robert's, so I hue shifted her to a nice purple instead. And I like it way more.
Dude, fuck yes.
Future E.
Future E.
And it's peak. And it's actually fucking peak.
I was gonna make
And the crowd goes wild. Why are
I'm
you
fine with
purple?
it. You made it peak. Like, I don't know what else to say, man. I like the goblin.
It's fluffy.
What are you gonna name your guys', cause you two don't have names for yours. What are you gonna name them?
I don't,
I don't
fucking know. I haven't thought that far ahead.
I forgot to hit record timeless at the beginning, I'm so sorry. Initially, I wasn't planning on putting Isaac in this video, considering he has the Fursona already, but he demanded he be in it anyway, so here he is. He's actually the only person who didn't request anything from me for his Fursona. He gave me complete creative control, so this is the fruit of my labor. Hope you're happy, gay boy, because I turned you into a hyena! I was originally planning on making him a red wolf, as you can see in the initial sketch, which I went with since they're critically endangered, and I wanted to raise awareness around them. I even drew him as one months ago. But I swapped him over to a striped hyena since Isaac has a crazy laugh.
Like King Mason.
I also made him a striped hyena since they have, you guessed it, stripes. And while Clint is a tabby and has stripes, I wanted to make a design with more prominent ones, like this one. I'm also a sucker for designs that have light colored stripes like this, so I had to give him those. I decided on a more warm palette since his actual Fursona has cooler colors. Contrast! Yay! And I made his hair blue in reference to Orcane from Rivals of Aether, since that's the character he mains in that game. Which, by the way, if you don't know what that game is, I highly recommend you check it out. It's really cool, and I want more people to play it and make fan art of it. it.
Is that me?
Yeah.
No way! I do like the blue. It is a good blue. I like it a lot. Bro, you did give me blue hair. There are no pronouns on this.
Oh.
Thankfully, the woke mob. I escaped the grasp of the woke mob for yet another day.
This would be the part where I list off my Patreon supporters, but since I don't have a Patreon, I'll just yap instead. I don't really like making update videos, despite the fact I've made a lot of those on this channel, but you can't watch any of them, so I opted to updating at the end since there's nothing else to talk about. I want to get back into making videos since they're a pretty unique creative outlet for me, and when it comes to art, I like showing my process. Specifically for this video, I wanted to do my friend's Fursonas since ever since I was a kid, I had always wanted to make big art pieces with all my friends in it, like the Warrior Cats communities of old. But unfortunately for me, I never really had friends who were really good people or stuck around throughout my life, so now that I do, I wanted to show my gratitude towards them and make them Sonas. By the way, this is heavily inspired by the Philstock 2000 Let the Music Put You in a Trance speed paints, because I would watch those all the time as a kid. I really liked them, and I always wanted to draw my own version of it, so I guess that's what this is. I love my friends very much, and I hope if you are one of my friends who's in this video, you liked watching this. I don't know if people like watching me ramble. I have a weird creative process, I don't know. If you want to see more of my art, I'm on just about everything. Blue Sky, Tumblr, Instagram. I'm on there as Kip and Chips, but the Chips has 2 P's, so don't forget those. I know the world seems pretty scary right now, especially for artists with all this AI art stuff and all this terribleness going on, but just know that no matter how smart or well-trained AI gets, it can't replace someone like you. So I hope you have a good rest of your morning, evening, or night, because I'm done with this video. This took like a month to make it. I'm gonna go play Animal Jam, I don't know. Bye.